In this episode of Connecting Cultures, look at the stunning nature. I was born here. This is our sacred Kazakhstan. What are the features of the culture of the Afghan people? This is our Afghan Rubab. Let's get acquainted with a great variety of Afghan national cuisine. Now we will cook Afghan pilaf and a dish called dupyaza. Since 1940, many ethnic groups have moved to the spacious Kazakh lands. The Kazakh people did not reject anyone. On the contrary, both people and nature greeted the guests with all hospitality. Since then, our country has become a home for more than 130 nationalities. Our today's hero is a representative of an Afghan ethnic group born on Kazakh land. I'm Mohammed Sarvar Omar, a representative of Afghan people. Look at the stunning nature. I was born here. This is our sacred Kazakhstan. My family moved to Almaty in 1997. Since then, my whole family has been living here. I myself was born in independent Kazakhstan. I studied at a Kazakh school, and now I confidently speak Kazakh.
История появления афганцев в Республике Казахстан начался с конца 70-х годов.
Afghans started to settle in the Republic of Kazakhstan in the 1970s. At the time, Afghan students first came to Kazakhstan to study. This was possible due to the state program of the Soviet Union. The main flow of Afghans came as refugees at the beginning of the 1990s. Afghans have been living in the Republic of Kazakhstan since the 1990s. The first flow of those who came consisted mainly from engineers, doctors. In other words, most of them were intellectuals. Omar's family was one of those families that moved to Kazakhstan along with that particular wave of immigrants. Today they live in Almaty. As Omar himself noted, he was born on the Kazakh land and absorbed the Kazakh language and culture. According to my parents, Kazakhs welcomed the representatives of the Afghan people who moved to Kazakhstan with open arms. They brought them to their home, shared clothes and dasturkhan. They were welcomed as dear friends. For this, Afghan people are immensely grateful to Kazakhs and to all Kazakhstan citizens. At that time, the situation in Afghanistan was difficult. There was a war. Thank God we have been living in Kazakhstan for 21 years. My eldest daughter was born in Afghanistan. My two sons were born in Almaty. Their names are Osman and Omar. The youngest daughter was also born here. Children are growing, everything is fine. Kazakh people welcomed us with open arms. They are very hospitable people. Afghans are good people too. Kazakh people from time immemorial have shown that they have a kind soul. They treated our people warmly. When we first came here, we settled in Shymkent. Kazakh people extended a warm welcome to our people. Then we moved to Almaty. Now we live here. The whole family, children also live in Almaty. My children graduated from the university. Thank God everything is fine. We are grateful to the government of Kazakhstan and Nursultan Nazarbayev. Ariana is an Afghan ethnocultural association in Kazakhstan. The organization was founded in the 1990s on the initiative of Vostok Ahmadullah. The center's representatives aim to develop Afghan culture, traditions, music, and establish cultural relationships with other diasporas. We are at the office of the Ariana Center. It is here that all our organization's work is planned. Here you can see all our national attributes, our national clothes, our folk musical instruments. Everything is collected here. This is a small exhibition of the culture of our people for representatives of other nationalities to see. Representatives of the Ethnocultural Center took part in many international and republican competitions, where they won prizes. In addition, In order to instill in the young generation national values, on the basis of the center, a Sunday school was organized where children can learn their native language.
Основная цель афганского культурного центра «Арна»
The main goal of the Afghan Cultural Center Ariana is to strengthen the language, culture, traditions, and customs. As part of our foundation, there are groups that study the state language as well as Russian and Afghan.
государственный язык, русский язык и афганские языки.
It is gratifying that young people now mostly speak the state language, they work, and they have found a niche for themselves.
Они работают, они сами нашли нишу себя.
On the basis of the organization, a youth wing has been created, which closely cooperates with the youth department of the Tajik, Uzbek, Kyrgyz, Tatar, and Turkish ethnocultural associations. Omar is the head of the youth wing of the Ariana Center.
Арена орталығымыздың жастар қанаты Қазақстан Халқы Ассамблеясы өткізетін барлық іс-шараларға.
The youth wing of our center takes part in all the events of the People's Assembly of Kazakhstan. Afghan youth actively participates in the public life of Almaty, and not only in the work of the assembly.
Біздің жастарымыздың осы орталықтың
In addition to the current work of the center, the youth wing is engaged in the spiritual and cultural development of youth. All our young people learn the Kazakh language.
қазақ тілінде осы күнге дейін үйренуде. Біз барымыз қазақ тілде.
We have mastered it well, and those who do not know it yet take Kazakh courses.
қазақ тілі курстарына толықтай қатысады.
Our leader of the nation, the first president of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev, allocated $50 million to educate Afghan students. Thousands of Afghan students studied within the walls of higher educational institutions and secondary educational institutions of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Most of them are graduating this year. Some of them are studying the last semester here. Some are studying online while they're in Afghanistan. So they study and then they receive their diplomas. Omar Mohammed Sarwar is a representative of talented and ambitious youth. Despite his young age, he managed to achieve considerable heights. Today, young man dreams of making a significant contribution to the development of the country, for which he spares no effort and energy.
Omar Mohammed Sarwar у нас возглавляет молодежное крыло афганского этнокультурного.
Omar Mohammed Sarwar is the head of the youth wing of the Afghan Ethnocultural Center Ariana at the People's Assembly of Kazakhstan. He actively participates in all the events organized by the Ariana Center, both on a citywide scale and on a Republican scale. And he is constantly rewarded with letters of appreciation. Today, I present him with another letter of appreciation from the Secretariat of Almaty's Office of the People's Assembly of Kazakhstan, signed by Bolginbayev Nazar Albanovich. He's very active in collaborating with the youth wings of other ethnocultural associations that are part of the People's Assembly of Kazakhstan. Once again, I congratulate him and wish him lots of success, and so that in the future he will also be active and receive even greater awards. Thank you.
Тағы да айта кететінім, бұл менің алғашқы марапатым емес.
I want to know that this is not my first award. In 2020, I received the Young Patriot Badge. It is considered the highest award of our Academy of Young Patriots. This medal is awarded only to the most talented, active young people with a great sense of patriotism. This award is a clear indication that I am a member of this academy.
Осы менің академияның мүшесі болып жүргеннің, яғни көрінісі.
The Afghan music world is striking in its diversity. Traces of neighboring Indian and Iranian cultures can be found in the motifs of the songs of this people.
Бұл біздің ауғанның рубабы.
This is our Afghan rubab. It differs from the rubabs of other peoples. Only Afghans use this instrument. As you can see, there are a lot of strings here. Their number can reach 27.
Струналары бар. Оның саны 27-ге дейін жетеді. Ода
To play this instrument, people study for years, and this instrument is called tabla.
және өзіңіз көріп тұрғандай
It is also our national instrument. It is used in the orchestra and is often seen at celebrations.
бұны да яғни көптеген тойлар мен оркестрлерде бұны қолданады.
In addition, such string instruments as tambur, dilruba, and bowed instruments Qazakh can be noted. Percussion instruments include santur, chang, nagara, damam, dura. We are located 30 kilometers from the city of Almaty. We arrived at a village called Jandosov. Our people have many summer houses here, and now we are at one of them. This is my brother Farhat. Together we will show you how to cook Afghan national dishes. We will make Afghan pilaf and a dish called dupyaza. For Afghan pilaf, we need Afghan rice, meat, and raisins, as well as almonds, pistachios, carrots, and onions. We also add spices. Farhat, let's get started. You can grate the carrots while I cut the onions. It's time to pour oil into the cauldron and heat it up well. Now we add raisins, pistachios, and almonds. The difference between Afghan pilaf and ordinary pilaf is that we do not fry the meat, but we cook it. It's time to remove the toasted nuts and add carrots. The carrots are fried. Now it's the onions' turn. While pilaf is being prepared, we will start preparing a dish called dupyaza. To do this, first of all, we cut the onion. Kazakh and Afghan cuisines are similar. For example, you have a dish called sirne, while dupyaza is the same. This dish only needs onions, meat, and spices, so you can already lay out the meat. Now we put the cauldron on heat for 25 minutes. And now our pilaf is ready. We sprinkle it with cumin and now put the meat on top. Our national dishes are similar to Kazakh ones. We also love meat dishes and pilaf. In addition, we make manti, savdi with jusai, kufta, mash palau. Dupyaza is the same as the Kazakh kordak. The dish is made using meat. Afghan people like Kazakhs cannot imagine a table without meat. But the main feature of Afghan cuisine is the large amount of spices in every dish. Afghan national dress also has its own characteristics. Most of the wardrobe items are very practical and allow free movement. In the national dress of this people, you can see elements of the cultures of the Asian Turks, Arabs, and nomadic tribes of Cambodia. Men wear trousers and women wear long dresses. Clothes you see on me are the national Afghan women's costume. Our dresses are always of bright colors. Another feature is that they are hand-sewn. The patterns are also hand-embroidered with gold threads. We usually wear them for some events and holidays. I really like our national clothes. They're very bright and individual, thanks to tailoring by hand.
Себебі олар өте ашық түстерде және қолмен тігілген, алтынмен тігілген болып келеді.
Clothes you see on me are traditional Afghan men's costume. It consists of a knee-length shirt, white pants, and a chapan like this. All this is a handmade work by craftsmen. These clothes are very comfortable for everyday wear, but since we live in Almaty, we do not wear them every day, only on holidays and for some events and celebrations. It's a very comfortable suit. The People's Assembly of Kazakhstan is an organization that has no analogues in the world. This is a political institution created on the initiative of the leader of the nation and designed to maintain peace and unity in the country. It would not be superfluous to say that the peaceful life of Afghans full of opportunities on the territory of Kazakhstan is also the result of fair decisions and competent policy of Nursultan Nazarbayev. Afghans highly value Kazakhstan's real assistance to their people. Our first president, Nursultan Nazarbayev, always says, Afghan issues must be resolved peacefully, through diplomatic dialogues. This is a normal process. And the issue of Afghanistan is also being resolved, not by military means.
Также решается этот вопрос Афганистана, но не военными способами.
Осы Қазақстанның ұстанатын мультимәдениетті саясаты, осы Қазақстанда тұратын...
The multicultural policy that Kazakhstan adheres to has a great impact on ethnic groups living in the country, and especially on their youth. This is a very beneficial policy for our young people because if young people of other nationalities master the language, study the history of the country, and respect state symbols, they will have every chance to work in the state bodies.
Олар толықтай меңгерсе, олар яғни мемлекеттік қызметке, мемлекеттік жұмыстарға...
Therefore, I think that this policy is very beneficial, not only for young people of other nationalities, but in general for all people who live in Kazakhstan.
Ғана емес, осы өзіміздің Қазақстанның жерінде барлық тұратын адамдар үшін өте тиімді деп ойлаймын.
Yes, Kazakhstan today is one of the few states that promotes multiculturalism, directing the values of each nation into one common channel, so that no one feels like a stranger on Kazakh land. Perhaps that's why representatives of all nationalities feel at peace in this country. On the eve of the 30th anniversary of Kazakhstan's independence, I wish our people peace, kindness, love, happiness, and so that not a single generation, not a single child on the sacred Kazakh land would feel or hear words about the war.
Биыл осы еліміздің, Қазақстанымыздың тәуелсіздігіне...
This year marks the 30th anniversary of Kazakhstan's independence. I'm very glad that over the years we have strengthened the friendship among peoples and social harmony day after day. And I'm sure that all of us, especially young people in Kazakhstan, will continue to contribute to the development of our homeland, to preserve peace, interethnic harmony, to strengthen and further develop international relations of our country. Therefore, in all the coming years, I wish you only health and happiness and success in your endeavors. May our sky be peaceful. I hope our people will always live in harmony and our sovereignty will remain unshakable.